All right.
This is Peggy from Louisiana.
Good to see you, Peggy. All right, we're going to get it started. I would love in the chat section, if you would type in where you're tuning in from tonight. We would love to know where you're calling in from. We've got people from truly all around the world. Today I was shooting a video. It was 3 a.m. in South Africa, and they were on my live video. You don't think they're fired up. So happy Sunday evening, everybody. Give us big waves out there. I love this community, love what you represent, and I love the lives you're changing out there. And I'm reading, I love the book. If you've never read it, 100 Verses Prayers for Successful Leaders. And it's not really a book. It's just a lot of wisdom and nuggets. But one of the things that we're going to talk about tonight is in this book, and it talks about successful leaders they learn and listen and learn and take notes with the intent to teach an audience, with the intent to teach. So everything that we learn in life, everything that we go through, all the trials, all the tribulations, all the learning from people that have been there and done it, we do it with the intent not only to learn, but then to take what we've learned and teach it to others. That's how we grow this world. That's how we grow the knowledge base. And that's how we build this business in our industry with this company. And so I just want to welcome everybody tonight. I want to preface this before I congratulate some organizations and things, but I want to first say, I want you to think about this. Have you ever enrolled someone? Raise your hand if you've enrolled someone before. In the business, like as a representative, you've enrolled somebody. Keep your hand up so I can see. It's okay. We celebrate you tonight. Congratulations. Keep them up. Come on, David. Come on, coach. Keep them up. All right, you got your hand up, okay? Got your hand up. Now, in that process, got to keep them up. In that process, is there anyone that's never done this, okay? Now listen, have you ever enrolled someone and said, I felt like I told them everything, but they've asked me like the same thing 5 times over? Have you ever said that to yourself? Drop your hand if that's the case. Have you ever said to yourself, I don't really know what to tell them. I got them in, but I don't know what to tell them. Have you ever said that to yourself? If you have, drop your hand. Is there anybody out there? I really want to know this. Is there anybody out there that feels like they've got the system? I'm talking about you've grown this thing from 16 to 64 to 256 to over 1,000 people. And it's just a fine duplication machine. Like everybody, as soon as they enroll, they know exactly what to do. For the people that are willing, coachable, and hungry, they know exactly what to do. Is there anybody that's got that system down? I'm looking through. I want to look through. And this is not a trick question. There might be somebody that has it. Well, let me tell you, I've been here almost a decade in this industry. Andrea, do you see somebody? You're going to have to go ahead and unmute, Andrea, so you can, this is mine and your call tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'll tell you, that was me for almost, I've had moments in time in my business where I had a system and our business flourished, like we grew. It's one of the reasons I say I've earned millions in the industry. Came in a point in time where we had it. We had it. We had the video. We had the simple system to onboard people. As soon as they enrolled, they knew exactly what to do, and they could have success, and then they could teach the others to do it, and it would grow regardless whether I was there or not. How many of you want that in your business? I'm going to tell you a story in just a second, okay? But that's why we're here tonight. That's the sole purpose of tonight, okay? So if I get like just excited tonight, it's because I know we have it. I know we have it. And you're going to find tonight something that is there for you if you choose. And that's what I want you to understand. You're your own boss. The business starts from you down, okay? From you down. So you're going to have a tool tonight, an onboarding process for your reps that you can use if you choose for free, okay? It's something that we've spent money on to develop, but we want to give it to you if you feel like it could bless your business and create more duplication. Or you can take it and reverse engineer it into something that is yours, okay? But this is something that is a proven system. And I'll tell you that story in just a little bit. But before I do, I want to congratulate. This weekend. There was a group that's in a pre-launch phase, kind of a lock your spot moment in Africa, okay? And I think this should serve us all well, and we should really get a lot of inspiration for this. They set a goal this weekend. They've been really plugging in to the 7-day recruiting challenge, really implementing what was taught during that 7 days. I mean, stepping across their comfort zone and doing it. They are challenging themselves to go to the Go Pro event December the 11th, 12th, and 13th. And the people that have not got registered right now, they're getting their money together to get that ticket bought so they can be a part of it, all for springboarding their business into 2021. They're plugging into the Facebook groups that you've learned about. How many of you, raise your hand if you love the Facebook groups, where it's transformational health styles for the customer acquisitions and transformational lifestyles for the rep acquisitions? Give me a hands up again if you're using it. Maybe in the comments, put a 5 in the comment if you've used these Facebook groups for prospects. Put a 5 in the comment if you've tagged a prospect in a video that said, start here, Renee Smith, in maybe the customer acquisition, transformational health styles. Or maybe you did over on the rep acquisition, transformational lifestyles, and you're using it. You're tagging them in the video. Start here, Crystal Vance. And then you're tagging them in some transformational stories. We need more stories. We need your stories. Remember, the success of these groups depend on us collectively as a company. So here's the thing. They're doing that in South Africa. They're blowing up those pages. They're getting prospects on those pages. Let me tell you another thing they're doing. They're using the Todd Rowland video. They're going to the rxexperience.com. They're clicking on video and they're pressing play and 3-way calling people. That's what they're doing. Like, they're doing it. And this weekend, they had an explosion in their business. Over 40 representatives enrolled in their business just in 2 days. 2 days. Brand new group. They got together and said, we're going after this. We're taking massive action. We're holding each other accountable. Like, we're going to open our mouth. Mouth open, store open, Sandy McFarland. That's the way they're taking it. It's what Crystal Vance always says. Like, you got your mouth open, you got your store open. Well, they're taking massive action. Over 40 reps, and it's still going tonight. It hadn't closed. And they're doing it by the system that we put in place over the last week. That's so exciting. Like, that's exciting for all of us. So give a big shout out and a congratulations on this Zoom, because a lot of them will be waking up in the morning and watching this. South Africa, great job. Congratulations. Tammy Motby, if we could unmute Tammy. Tammy is someone that you're going to hear more from the company about Tammy, but Tammy recently surpassed over $1 million in earnings in the business recently. Big shout out, Tammy. I don't want to post anything because I know it's going to come from the company, but I'm just giving all our community right here a big shout out to Tammy. Just surpassed over $1 million in earnings in the industry, in this company. And but she's also an instrumental leader in the movement in Africa. But Tammy, what are you seeing the group do in Africa right now that we all could be doing and all could be plugging into before I launch this onboarding process?
Oh my gosh, Brent. Did you see my hair before you announced me?
I know, but you know I love you. So
I'm
yeah,
like, oh, it's a
listen,
Sunday
she's done
night.
like
I got my
100
hair
Zooms
in a
today.
ponytail. Oh my gosh. Oh, humility on another level. On another level. But that's okay. It's all right. It's real. This is what my hair looks like on Sunday nights. It's in a big ponytail. I just want to say for Africa, wow, what they've done in the last week. But I want to go back to this, honestly, Brent. It's not the last week, it's what they've done in the last 90 days. And they put out so many amazing seeds. We have been on nonstop trainings, nonstop Zooms. So they just had all these people enroll this week, and it has been truly incredible to see. These people's lives are forever changed, and they are pressing on in the business, which I'm so proud and love this team. And Erica Fundamerve, who is, you know, she's a leader. She's a true leader. But what I would say is, if I could give a couple principles, one is tenacity. They continue to reach out. They continue to get on the Zooms, the training Zooms. They do a training Zoom once a week, every week, no matter who shows up. They do a prospecting Zoom every week, no matter who shows up. They are relentless in inviting people and sharing the video. And also, I would say, sharing what's happening with Eric Worre. So I think they had 56, maybe close to 60 people on the Eric Worre training. You don't think that paid off? I'm like, people got tools, real tools, Brent. You know about real tools.
Yes.
You did a huge training on it. So I would say the tenacity, the focus, the vision, the discipline, you have to want this. You have to want this. But if you want this, it's yours to be had. And I'm seeing it happen in another continent. We're in Colorado building an entire team, big team in South Africa. And we're doing it via phone and Zooms. That's it, which is really amazing. So thank you, Brent. It's just been an honor, and love to everyone in RX Nation.
Hey, thank you so much, Tammy, and big shout out to you. Over $1 million, hit the $1 million club.
I know, isn't that amazing?
More is going to be coming out about that.
I'm not sure how I feel about all that.
Well, it's a big accomplishment. So
it's a big accomplishment for my team.
Yeah.
That is never possible for one person, ever. It's not about me. It's about all my team. It's about all my leaders. It's team. So I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for the 6 years I've been in this business. I'm grateful for, paying it forward. So it's never about us. It's always about our team. So, but congratulations to our team.
Yes. Big shout out to the team. Great job, Tammy. Thank you so much. And, one of the things I'll say is, they're doing this in Africa, but they're rolling over every rock. Like, they're doing 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, meetings. Like, Frohan and Lindy flew across to do a meeting with an organization. They're doing Zooms. They're doing it all, and they're using the tools to do it. Okay, they're using the Facebook groups. They're using the press play 3-way mentality that we've set in front of you, and that's the way it's happening. And I mentioned Crystal Vance, Dr. Crystal Vance, before this call started. Her organization this weekend had a huge explosion in it with representatives, and it came from the tools. If you were to ask her, and she'll be doing some talks on it, it's like came from the groups, came from the press play 3-way, came from tenacity, and through this. She really did the 7-day recruiting challenge and went all in on it herself, and her team did, and they're reaping the benefits from it. So, what you do in these 90 days, I said this from the beginning, October, November, December, what you do in consistent and persistent activity in a 90-day segment will pay dividends 90 days forward, right? So you work hard, you prime that pump for 90 days, and then you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor coming out of it. So it's really exciting. And we all have the ability to do it, because these people from Africa have never done the industry ever. They're newbies. They're newbies. That's inspiration for us all. So, all right, we're going to get down to tonight. How many of you want to onboard somebody correctly, right? Well, I'm going to start this story. There was a group of people that I went out and I spent about 2 weeks with in Vegas that are, when I say they're multiple, they're $1 million a month earners, okay? $1 million a month earners. Huge, massive organizations. And the number one reason I went was for onboarding. Anthony Moreland, how do you onboard when you have tens of thousands of people in your organization and you don't know who's enrolling or who enrolled them, right? How do you do that effectively? How do you do that effectively? Well, I went to them. I spent time with them. I broke bread with them. We did. Andrea was there. And we reverse engineered what they do into our own, into our company, into our opportunity, into our new representatives that could speak the language of our representatives, right? And so we got it. We got it. And people are plugging in and they're using it. So tonight I want to take you through and I want to make sure you understand how to use it, okay? And again, I want to preface this. This is something that is free to use, but it is absolutely optional. This is not something I'm saying, hey, everybody's got to do this. This is something that I wanted for my business, for my duplication. But I believe when you learn how to do something, and it costs money, it costs time. But I believe when you feel like you've got it, the best thing you can do is open your arms and give it to others. And so this is why we're doing this. We're giving you an opportunity to be a part of it, okay? So, Andrea, do you want to add anything? Because you were there, you saw, you've been a catalyst in getting all this together. Before we kick it off and show everybody.
I would just say, when you're looking at it, just like the thing that gets me the most excited is I remember my day one. Like, I don't know if you guys remember your day one, but I remember mine. And I didn't really know the person that I enrolled with. I didn't, I might be a little prideful. Okay. So I'll just put that out there. I didn't want to ask a lot of questions. I didn't want to like keep bothering them. How do I do this? How do I that? And I just think about if I was able to sit down on my phone and have it all laid out before me, how much simpler my life would have been that first month when I was just trying to figure things out. I desperately needed this to work. I needed to get paid quickly. And how powerful that would have been. So just think about like your first week when you got started, how excited you were, how motivated you were, and how many questions you had. And we're going to try to answer those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's a place where when your rep that you just enrolled goes, Arlene, what did you say last time about, I forgot. It's there. It's there. It's there in every aspect. So we're going to go through this, but I'm not going to read word for word. I'm going to challenge you to go through it yourself. But I'm going to tell you what I see in adults, okay? You know, we're a unique species, like adults. And we'll have it like right there in front of us. But David is just too, David Wallington is just too busy to take his time to go through all of it, right? And so rather than like breaking off a 30-minute window and going and sitting down and going, you know what, I'm going to do this uninterrupted and walk through it so I'll learn it, they'll try to divide it up into 10 different times they try to do it. It will not be effective that way. And David didn't do that, by the way. I just used his name. But here's the thing. Take your time with this and go through it one time and think about it, like Andrea said, from the newbie standpoint, from the brand new person. Okay? Everybody with me on that? Okay, we're going to show you, we're going to give you a cheat sheet at the end, okay? We're not? Andrea's looking like I
Well,
said something wrong.
no, my screen is not letting me share. So,
Oh. Well, great.
I know
You
I've
might
shared on here before. It's a brand new computer, but
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you as she's hopefully pulling that up, because that would really be a challenge for tonight if we can't show you. She might have to get on another computer. So here's the thing. I lost my train of thought now. So the first thing is, a lot of people's asked me, the Facebook page Team Undeniable is where, so I enroll Jane Rouse, okay? Jane, I just enrolled Jane. The best way, Andrea, you're pointing. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. It's saying I have to restart it. So I made you the host. Sorry guys, you keep talking. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to restart this and then hopefully it's going to work. So bear with me, but
bye-bye.
Continue. Bye.
So Jane, I just enrolled Jane in the business, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just onboard her, just like you would normally onboard somebody, okay? Face to face, together, on a Zoom, however you do it. And then I'm going to step her through the process, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Jane to go to the Facebook page, not a group, the page, Team Undeniable, just like you would search for Jane Rouse or Brent Palmer or anybody on Facebook, okay? It's a page. Team Undeniable, just so you know, it's just a shell. It's a shell of a page, so we can do programming behind the scenes to create this onboarding process. So don't try to confuse yourself on why the page exists and what it's there for. It's there so we can run this system. Okay, that's it. That's the only reason. So you go to Team Undeniable. Is that Anthony?
It's me. Is it working?
It is working. Okay.
Okay.
So you go to Team Undeniable and you like the page, and then you send the message where it says send message, and you're going to type the word hi. Andrea, can we type ready, or do we just need to type hi?
Either one.
Okay.
You can type ready, you can type hi.
So if you want to type hi or ready, either one. Now, what's going to come up, again, this is just for the new person, welcome. I'm not going to read you everything, but I'm basically going to tell you, it's just, remember, they're willing, they're excited, they're coachable, they're hungry. So you got to think about it from that perspective. We're welcoming them to the group, to the page. We're encouraging them. Andrea, I can't see that. Can you move it up so we could all see it?
Oh.
Maybe not.
um,
It's okay. So then from there.
Does that show better for you?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So then what it's going to do when we say get started, it's going to get us plugged in, get Jane Rouse plugged into all the groups, okay? MOA Challenge, RX Nation, the health style groups, the lifestyle Facebook groups, okay? Now, all you have to do when you click on these groups is it's going to take you out, but on your phone or on your computer, there's going to be a little thing up at the top left-hand corner that says message. You can click on it, takes you right back in here, okay? So again, it's to plug them in right out of the gate and make them a part of our community. And then it asks, are you enrolled in this amazing company? Yes. Then it just tells them that we're ready to start your business. Go ahead and type the keyword your sponsor provided. So at that point, they're having communication with you. So Jane messages me back or calls me, or I'm sitting there with her and I tell her launch. Don't jump ahead of me. Give me just a second. So I tell her launch, and then she types launch, okay? And then it comes on and says, all right, so Andrea is the one I enrolled. So, hey, Andrea, my name is Betty the bot. And it basically steps her through. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit, Andrea. And so it's just telling her, hey, this is an exclusive messaging system. It's letting her know a little bit about it. Then she's going to click yes. So again, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to step you guys through this tonight, but I'm not going to read it word for word. Andrea, feel free to jump in at any point. So at the top, it just starts talking to them about, we're excited to launch your business. Here's some steps. Get ready to take some notes and partner with us. And then they're going to click I'm ready. Again, I want you to go through this. But see, it's interacting with people immediately the minute they enroll. Perfect. Want to increase your odds to success. Now, during this time, what we're going to do is we're going to start scrolling down, Andrea, if you will. We're going to start working them through writing up what you want. What does the person want here? If you are a visual person, take a photo, a collage of photos. What do you want? What do you want out of this journey here? Okay. And then it's going to ask them to go back to their sponsor for the keyword, and the keyword's goals. Okay. And then we'll go up to the top. Wasn't that a powerful exercise? We were so glad you took the step to take control. The next part will be much easier. And this is where we're looking for a top 10 list of motivated people that they know. So you're instantly going to get a list. And then they're going to go back to their sponsor, and their sponsor is going to give them the keyword journey. The keywords will be on the cheat sheet that we will give you at the end of this call, okay? And it will never change. It'll be the 4 words every time. But it's important to collaborate in relationship with your new person as they're doing this. So perfect. Now you need to know what to send them. This is where we talk about the RX experience. We talk about the video that Todd Rowland created. Have you ever thought about a home-based business? We send them to the page. Go ahead, scroll on up, down, Andrea. And so they can go to the RX experience right here. Then they can come back into the message and say, I'm ready to share. Again, it's taking them step by step, which is so important. That was one of the things all the top leaders that have this system said is it's taking the newbie step by step by step. So now it's time to share. And we're giving them the exact content to share. Okay? I'm not going to read all this, but scroll on down, Andrea, if you will. Text or call. It tells them exactly what to say. How many times have you had somebody say, I don't know what to say? This is going to be that avenue for you. Okay. And one of the key parts that most people leave out is getting that confirmation of when they're going to watch the video and when you're going to call them back. This is going to help you a lot right here, land prospects and convert them to reps and customers. So we're going to go on through again. This is just telling them exactly what to say, and then they're going to click on got it. Andrea, if they say I have a question, what's happening right there?
So it's going to say that, give themselves some grace, something along those lines, that this is a brand new profession. So there are skills that they're going to need to learn, and to reach out to the person that enrolled them and ask their question.
Listen, we are sending everybody back every time to the person they enroll. Not me, not Andrea. I've got enough things to do in my life, so I don't need everybody responding to me. So here's the thing. We're at the end of the day, we have set this up where they will go back and talk to the enroller that enrolled them. Okay. So now we'll click challenge. And then the challenge is, want to kick your business off on the right foot. We challenge you to plug your first 10 prospects in to this process that we just gave you in the first 7 days. So we're getting them all fast. We're getting them started fast for the person that is what? Willing, coachable, and hungry. You're going to find out real quick if the person you have is willing, coachable, and hungry. Okay? And I promise you, when you get one that is, they will absolutely jump through the hoops on this. And then you're going to call your sponsor back. Well, we jumped through it a little quick. You're going to call your sponsor back and ask for the keyword. The keyword's rock star. And then obviously we want to start them off getting recognized. Boom, you're a rock star. We are so excited. It's so important to recognize people, even though they didn't make any money yet. It's their first step, right? They got a first down, like they moved a little bit. And so we're recognizing them right there in a congratulatory flyer. Okay. Want even more success? Join us for weekly trainings and prospecting Zooms. And then guess what we give them? We give them the weekly trainings and prospect Zooms. So there they are. Andrea, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's it. I think I'm trying to see, is it recording, or when I jumped off, did it kick off the recording?
It's recording. It's recording.
Okay. Sorry if you just saw me panic. That's what that was. So no, I think that's everything. We're updating it as we see fit and as we can, but I'm just so excited. I get to see a lot of the messages, so I'm watching people work through it, and people are getting through to the end, and I can't wait to see the success that comes from it.
Andrea, take us back out to the beginning. Just take us back out. Take your time. Take us back out to the beginning. And I want to challenge everybody. If you're on this Zoom and you went through a quarter of it, or you went through half of it, but you couldn't muster you didn't go through all of it, okay? Or you've never went through it, or you're watching the recording. I want you to go to I highly recommend you go to the Facebook page, Team Undeniable. Like the page, and then send the message. So, Andrea, if you will, click send message again. And all you have to do is type hi or ready, and it'll go. And you can do this as many times as you want. As many times as you want. But I'll tell you when you're really going to get good at this, when you enroll someone and do it with them. When you enroll someone and do it with them, that's going to answer a lot of your questions. See, I've enrolled someone and I've done it with them already. Okay. And so just so you know, you can't mess this up. But I would highly recommend you go through it first and in your mind, think like a brand new person. So let me see, Crystal Vance, if you're on, maybe you can unmute your line. I know I saw her earlier. She might have had to jump off. She had a Zoom, a late night Zoom. I don't know if she's already up. Okay. I know you've looked at it. I know you've went through it. I know y'all first of all, congratulations on the explosion. Thanks. I hadn't even been able to get in touch with her today. She's been so busy exploding her team. But anything you want to add to this, Crystal, on the onboarding?
I love it. All of a sudden it took major pressure off of me because, well, I try to be the best upline that I can possibly be. And yet life gets in the way sometimes and things fall through the cracks, right? So like over the last 14 days, I am approaching, I think either 10 10 new people that I've enrolled. So I think about that and where we were before to enroll 10 people, I would be trying to herd cats right now. And like to take all these it'd be like having 10 brand new little babies. And I'd be like, oh, and I love to enroll. Enrolling is something that I love to do. What I don't like doing is nursing brand new babies and doing all that. I don't like to clean diaper. Like, that's why I'm not a mom. I don't like all that stuff, but I love expanding the family. And so people would always fall through the holes. And now, because of this, it takes off some pressure even off of me to go, you know what, Crystal, the best thing you can do is to continue to go out there and bring new people in and funnel them through this. And now their success, here's the thing. If I didn't help them before, all of a sudden it was my win or my loss. Like, I took it personally if they didn't take off running. And instead now, when that person has a success, it's their success because they took it and they did the responsible thing of a business owner and they went and built it versus me forcing somebody to do stuff they don't want to do. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, where did they go? And instead here, like Elisa Carnegie, she's been here 2 weeks. And today she's press and play. She got him on a 3-way. Like, she's off and running. And I'm like, holy moly. What was supposed to happen just happened. I just duplicated myself. I was like, do you need me? She's like, oh, could you share your story? But then I've got it. I was like, you rock. That was the most amazing thing, Lisa. I'm so proud of you. And the exact same thing, Dave Vance, my dad, he's been here for 30, not here, not in RX for 30 years, but he's been in the industry for 30 years. And I'm watching them put in new people. He's upstairs doing the exact same thing. And I'm like, this is so cool. We have an easy system for people to win with. They are winning. Lisa won today, not Crystal helped Lisa win. Lisa did it.
Yeah,
Well
that's Crystal, and that was so on point. And it's not what works for you. It's what duplicates to others without you being there. Something you started, and that's what I talk about South Africa and the things that Erica is doing with Tammy and the leaders there. This is for you, but you have to work it. You have to start it. You have to go through it. And Crystal, I'll say this. I've enrolled a few people over the last little bit, last few weeks. And I would say out of 5 new people. Now, understand this. Look at me now. 5 new people that enrolled on a pack, right? And said, I'm ready to go. Do you think all 5 of them did what they went and started that? No. You're going to find out real quick who's ready to run out of the gate.
Yeah.
Do we love all 5? Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's what a system does. A system lets you know who's ready to run. And for the people that go through, there will be people on this Zoom tonight that will not go through the system.
Or they'll only do half.
Or they'll only do half. Or they would rather ask questions than to go through the system. And I'm not being ugly. This is straight talk. Because what I hope is you use this Zoom and give it to your team. It'll be on RX Nation and MOA Challenge. Give it to your team and go, they will show you right here how to onboard. And guess what? The ones that they'll get on the Zoom and they'll learn. They'll learn how to do it and they'll go do it. And then they will offer it up to their team. This is a magnificent tool that will grow your business. This is not, we're not looking at this going, I hope it works. It's already working. It's working for ladies that are earning over $1 million a month. And this is what they're doing. And all we did was copy it and reverse engineer it to our company. And I got to give a shout out to Andrea Rosser because she had a whole lot to do with that. So please give her a shout out. But this took money, this took time, and this is an offering back to you to go use it as a tool to explode your business and move into 2021. And the things that we will update in it is just little things. If a video changes, if we add a group, I know we're going to in the future, we're gonna have a skincare Facebook group. That's coming down the pike very soon. And so things like that will be added to it. But at the end of the day, you have our word. It will always funnel the rep back to the person that enrolled them. I don't want them. I do not want them calling me. Okay. So I know that's been a question, is where do they go? What happens if they have it's all geared to go back to the person that enrolled them. But at the end of the day, my mentor taught me from day one that the most important thing in your business, Erica, is the person that enrolled today. That pack showed up on somebody's doorstep today, and they're excited when they opened it. They see possibility. They see future. They see that this could change their family's life, but they've got to be shown a plan. They've got to have a plan of action. This is a plan of action for them. And the 20 percenters will grab it and run with it. They will grab it and run with it. So, Andrea, I know you're looking through the comments. Do you see any that we can address? And we've got 15 minutes. And if you don't want to stay on, that's fine. But I think it's highly important as we close, because I want us to get this training. Is there anybody, raise your hand if you have a question that just something short, if there's a confusion or something you don't understand, please ask it. Please raise your hand. There's not a bad question. I would love to answer it for you. We're just looking through.
Yeah, I'm looking through. The questions that I've been getting were on the Eric Worre event.
Yeah, let's don't talk. Tomorrow we'll be blasting the Eric Worre event all over the place. We have a whole system in check that will be going just wide open starting tomorrow with the December 11th, 12th, and 13th event.
Rebecca has a question.
Let's keep this focused on it. Okay, Rebecca.
Yeah. What's the difference between the Team Undeniable and We Are Undeniable?
It's completely different. We Are Undeniable is a mastermind group that if you're in the Eric Worre event, I do a mastermind every Tuesday, and that's what that group's for.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for asking.
And Jillian asked, what would be the reason we would send somebody who is not enrolled? We wouldn't.
We would not.
Yeah, if you're asking why there's that question there, just in case somebody gets lost, right? So they get lost, they end up on that page.
Yeah, there might be like a 0.8888 chance that somebody just randomly goes to that page and says hi. So if it does, it alerts us that they're not a member. Okay, but
there's all kinds of rules, just so you guys know. Sorry, Coach. Yeah. There's all kinds of rules with Facebook on, like, you kind of have to get people to do these repeated buy-ins. So you'll notice at the beginning it might feel a little redundant, but it's just, in order for us to message them, we have to ask them that. And if they say no, well, then we're going to direct them right back to whoever got them here.
Yeah, and I want to address that, Andrea, because that's for someone. I know there's somebody out there thinking, yeah, but what if a prospect comes here and, does something and somebody else gets up? There's always that ability, right, Juanita? first of all, she's not saying that. But here's the thing. You don't have to use this. You can reverse engineer it and do it yourself. It's going to take you money. It's going to take you time. It's going to take you learning programming. And you absolutely can do that. This is a gift that we're saying here it is for you if you choose to use it. So I recruit people every month. I'm not looking for people on this page to recruit. So this is strictly for you. And we're trying to redirect it back. Now, on the chance that somebody crazy might just come on the page, you know, that's slim to none. So any others? Lisa has one.
PJ. Oh,
okay.
Okay. Well,
Go ahead.
Lisa
I'll answer.
first.
Okay. She's going to have to be unmuted.
I'm trying. There we go.
I'm
Okay,
learning
Lisa.
the whole Zoom thing. Hello. Hey, this is just this is kind of nitpicky, but being new, when I read through the, hey, Lisa, I found something I'm super excited about and would love to share with you. If I were to send you a video, would you take the time to watch them?
Oh,
And so
that's my
I
typo.
couldn't.
Well,
So
thank you for
I
sharing
couldn't
that.
say,
We'll get that changed.
yeah, because and then the other thing about this process was I had two separate people that were confused about when they go to the RX experience, because the banner is so big that you, Brent, are not right there. They either have to drop down the menu or they have to scroll. And so they were like, what do I do? You know, what? And so where do we want them to go? Do we want them to go through all the videos on the RX page, or do we just want the Brent Palmer video, the 1.5 minute one?
Yeah, the RX experience, the video that they're going to go to is the Todd Rowland. It's on the video section on the RX experience.
Isn't that in the YouTube, Todd Rowland?
So they're all.
Yeah. Go ahead, Andrew.
Sorry. They're all the videos are going to be on the RX experience. What I would recommend is that you go there and you just bookmark, grab that YouTube link. I don't send people there unless they want to do a little bit more homework. Then I say, go to that site and dig around, right? Then they're going to scroll, they're going to look at all the videos, they're going to do all of that. But when I'm just sending that one video, I find it the RX experience because it's easier, but I grab the link to YouTube, and that's the link that I send them.
And let me say this, Lisa, I've recruited a lot of people in my career here. What most people that are excited are going to do is they're going to search. They're going to Google. Would you rather them Google on just regular internet, or would you rather them Google and search inside of RX Nation that you know is going to have all the great things about the industry and RX and New Age, and that's really where you want them. So the people that are excited, the newbies they're going to surf. Like, you're not going to keep them. I'm not going to keep them from surfing. So to get them to a place, that's why plugging them in is so important, because they're going to look around. They're going to surf. They're going to get. They're going to come back to you and go, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I got confused a little bit. Listen, there's one video you need to really focus in on right now. And that's your chance to collaborate with them. But they're going to do that irregardless. It's just we're focusing them in on an area rather than just, if it weren't there, they would be all over the place. So
I'm
go ahead,
so
Andrew.
Rude. I unmuted PJ. So
No, you're
Hey,
not.
PJ.
It was nice to meet your son, Chase, too.
Oh,
He's
thank
adorable.
you.
My question is, when you're giving them these words, launch, goals, those words, so you're online with them, you're on the phone with them, and you're doing it with them so that you can say, okay, the next word is journey or rock star, so that they know what the word is. I mean, do they have to, you said they stop and they call you, so, but are you not on the phone with them saying, okay, the next word is goals, type in
Yes,
goals.
yes,
So you have to be on,
absolutely.
okay. So what if
Yeah,
you're on your
yeah.
phone with them and they're doing that on their phone? Can they do it on their phone while they're talking to you on the phone?
They,
Yes?
yeah, they can.
Yeah,
They
it'll
can.
absolutely.
They
They just need a
can.
headset.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
put you on
And
speaker.
and again, there's a lot of, there's a lot of if, ands, can, here's what I would say. Just use it. Just use it. Just play with it. Like we're going to make little changes. Thank you, Lisa, for letting us know that little change. We did a lot of programming in a little short amount of time to make this thing go for everybody. So we will continue to do little bitty changes, and we'll see little things to tweak and change. And websites are being modified, websites are being developed. It's not an easy process, and it takes a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of people to program. So but one of the things that I've learned in our industry is you can do one or two things. You can make it perfect and then roll it out, or you can roll it out and make it perfect as you go. Most $1 million earners would tell you to roll it out and make it perfect as you go, because there's never a perfect time. There's always going to be videos that change. There's also always going to be wording that changes. There's always going to be websites that make modifications. So it's always going to be a work in progress.
So
And
can
Lisa,
you still hear?
congratulations too for using this. Great job.
So you still have to be online with them or on the phone with them when they go through the Betty Bot process.
You don't, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Brent, I'm going to talk. You don't have to, right? Like, so the best case scenario is you're sitting next to each other and there's, a couple cup of coffees on the table and you're, going through it together, right? The first time. That'd be ideal, because then you're having that conversation and,
Yeah.
Second scenario, you're on the phone and you're walking them through it a little bit. Third is they're doing it completely independently. Right. And that's when they're going to text you and say, hey, send me this code. So it's kind of up to you. It's up to them. They might decide to do this at, 2 a.m, right? We don't know, but you can kind of work through any scenario. It's going to work no matter what.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Anyone else? Thank you, PJ, for the question. Again, the more you use it, it's just going to become secondhand to you. If you've never went through it before, it might be, you might have a lot of questions right now. I would highly recommend to go through it, check it all out. And then when you enroll someone and you take them through it, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot, just like Lisa did today. Congrats again, Lisa, for your enrollments and what y'all are doing. Anyone else? Last question. We got time for maybe one more. These are good too, by the way. There's no bad. This will be recorded. This will be up on our YouTube. I would highly recommend to get your teams plugged into it so they know about it.
I'm adding the cheat sheet to the file. So all of the keywords are going to be on there. So you can get it
In the chat section?
In the chat. So I just put the PDF in there. So you guys can download that, print that. And it's also in RX Nation. But
Okay,
Tracy put
so
them in there also. Thank you, Tracy.
Cheat sheets are everywhere. Okay. And that also will link you to our Facebook groups, our websites. And again, we're just going to keep getting this out over and over and over and over. But the best way to use it is to do it.
Crystal has
And
a
then-
question.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Yeah, it has to do with the cheat sheet.
Uh-huh.
As you guys are going through this, I already had somebody who's like, they're like, I went through the thing, and I'm like, you did? I didn't know you went through the thing. You didn't ask me for any keywords. Oh, well, I got the keywords off the cheat sheet. Well, okay, Lone Wolf, enjoy doing this all by yourself. See, part of this is how trainable are you? How are you going to link arms with me? Like, you're showing me as a downline if we can really work together, or if you're going to go off and go Lone Ranger on me. And so it's simple. It literally says, ask for the keyword. Oh no, I know what it is. I'll type it in myself. And then me as your upline, I don't know that you actually made it through the whole thing. So I really encourage you, you want, right now, when you go through this, you want to be the best downline right now for your upline. Like, go through this, send your upline that you're going through it, ask your upline. I know you know the keywords. Ask your upline for the keyword so they can see you're all in, so they can see your list of 10 names. Why? Because that fires them up. Do you know how excited I was when Lisa sent me and asked me for the keywords? It fired me up, and that energy then goes all the way up. Because what am I? I'm on the phone with Brent. Brent, this is rocking. This is cool. And he's like, yes, everything I'm doing is like, it's not for nothing. So it's just as exciting to bring the energy up through the upline as it is for energy to go down through the downline. So please utilize your upline and make them know that let them know you're doing it. Let them know you're all in. Sorry.
Yeah, no. That was huge, Crystal, because, and I don't even know that we put the cheat sheet in RX Nation and MOA Challenge. To me, you're either coming to the Zoom to get training. But again, I go back to the beginning, and this is real talk, right? We're trying to train on a system, and a lot of times adults want to shortcut the system. If you want it to be duplicatable, you will take your time. And let me say this, if PJ works for 2 months to enroll someone, is it worth 30 minutes of her time to onboard them correctly? I would hope so. She worked 2 months to get them. So don't get them in the business and then try to run them through the ringer real quick. Get them in the business. Don't give them those keywords. You're trying to see what they're willing to do. So I had a lady tonight that she started it and didn't make it to the first keyword. And she said, I'll just have to call you tomorrow. So again, I'll be interacting with her to work her through it. But remember this, to build a business here and to create duplication, it takes steps by both parties. You will never do it all for somebody. They have to move with you. And this is a great system and a great tool to get your new person to move with you through the process. But I'm so glad Crystal said, don't give those keywords up. That's your goal. That's your goal, to get them to respond to you and say, hey, what's that keyword? Now, you know it and you'll always know it, but don't give it up. And I'm glad we might not want to put it in MOA Challenge and RX Nation. I don't know if that matters or not, but we might not want to. So what's your thought on that, Crystal? Can we put it, I mean, is it okay to put it there? We need to leave it out of that page.
I personally am I'm personally gonna get a tattoo. No, I'm kidding. It's like, what? You're gonna what? Tattoo of the keywords rock star is gonna be the last one. No. I don't know. We're all adults. Like, and I think there should be a place that they're located. I don't think it should be like a big bold place. Maybe it's like in the file section or in the announcement section where you can tell somebody, hey, or we teach people that once they start to create a note.
We'll put it in the file section of RX Nation. So if you want the cheat sheet, it'll be in the file section of RX Nation. And we'll get that in there tonight. And then again, I'm so glad you said that, Crystal. Don't give out the keyword. That's your goal in your pocket for your new person.
Right.
Andrea, anything last comments as we end?
No, I think that's great. And guys, yes, I'll just say it does feel like a lot. Like my phone is blowing up. I get it. It feels like a lot. Just take a deep breath and go
It's
through it.
really, yeah,
Like
it's really not
all
a
of your
lot.
questions. Yeah, like it's kind of, and I told this to Brent the other day. It's like making pancakes. So my son can make pancakes. He's been able to do it for years. But have you ever just tried to tell somebody how to make pancakes? It sounds super complicated. Like a 7-year-old can do it, but it sounds really hard. This is kind of the same thing. Trying to explain all the steps makes it seem really complicated. So just take a minute, go put your hands on your phone and walk yourself through it, and you'll see it's very easy.
Somebody said, how long does it take? It's about a 20, 30-minute process. And you want it to be. You want it to be for that new person. Try getting someone started and not having a process. And after about 2 hours of them listening to you onboard them, and they're going to retain about 10 minutes of it, it is taxing when you try to grow from 4 to 16 to 64 to 256. Try doing this and taking 30 minutes, but once your 4 people enroll, they got it. And then they're taking 30 minutes to enroll their 4, and they got it. And watch what that process happens over time. Again, this is a proven system. This is not one we're trying out. This is one that people are doing, and they are absolutely rocking the duplicational platform by using this. So it is absolutely proven. So now it's yours. We'll continue to teach from it. We'll continue to train on it. But and this is really not my cup of tea. I like coaching and doing things, but this is a little more just blah. But it's so important.
This
It's
is
so
my cup
important.
of tea.
Yes, it is. It is.
I'm all about the
So,
blah.
I really do mean this as we end. Andrea worked diligently on this to get this for everybody. So when you find value in it, maybe you can send her a note and say thanks. We just want to see people grow. We want to see people springboard into 2021. Our company's going into momentum. It is going to be an absolute explosion in 2021. Our industry will have its biggest year ever. Our company will have its biggest year ever. And if we've got everything we need now to go have our biggest year ever on this Zoom right here. And that's what our prayer is. That's what our hope is that you'll grab this and run with it in all aspects. So you got it. If you need anything, anytime we can help you. First of all, thanks for all the questions. That's not easy to be brave enough to ask questions. Thank you for asking them. And congratulations this weekend for all the success for all the teams across the world in New Age and RX. So love you guys. Grateful for you. Have a great night. Andrew Rosser, Crystal Vance, Tammy Motley, thanks for your input and everything you added. We'll see you this week.
Love you guys.